If you've been scrolling through endless videos, reading spec sheets, and still feel stuck wondering which home gym system actually makes sense for your space and goals, you're not alone. I've been there trying to weigh a compact dumbbell rack against a full-size multi-station and ending up more confused than convinced. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In this review, I'll walk through what it's like to actually set up, use, and live with the MiM USA Hercules 1001, so you can decide if it's the right fit before you spend a big chunk of cash. First off, the Hercules 101 isn't a nice-to-have add-on. It's a full-body workout hub that claims to replace a whole gym. That sounds great until you realize you need a dedicated corner that's at least 9 feet by 7 feet and a ceiling clearance of 8 feet or more. The machine arrives in a series of flat-pack crates, and while the instructions are fairly thorough, you'll need a couple of strong friends or a professional to get the frame upright and bolt everything down. The assembly can take a half day for someone with basic DIY skills, and you'll need to anchor the Smith bar to the floor to keep the whole thing stable during heavy presses. If you're renting or can't commit to a permanent footprint, that installation step alone might be a deal breaker. Once it's up, the day-to-day experience is surprisingly smooth. The Smith bar slides along a guided rail that feels solid, and the safety catches lock the bar automatically if you let go, something you'll appreciate if you're training alone. Switching between the leg press, jam arm pulley, and bench is just a matter of rolling the carriage or adjusting a few pins. There's no need to walk across the room to grab a different piece of equipment. I found the leg press footplate to be wide enough for most users, and the angle can be tweaked to target quads or glutes more specifically. The jam arm system lets you do rows, triceps pushdowns, and even cable curls without swapping out cables, which is a real time saver for quick circuit sessions. What really sets this machine apart is its commercial-grade construction. The frame is made from thick steel, the welds are reinforced, and the pulleys use stainless steel cables that don't fray after a few months of use. That durability translates into a feeling of safety. You can load the bar up to 300 pounds and trust the rail to stay true, something many home gym rigs can't guarantee. The weight stack on the leg extension and jam arm sections is also generous, with incremental plates that let you fine-tune the resistance. For families who share a workout space, that robustness means you won't have to worry about the machine wobbling when your teenager wants to max out the bench press. On the flip side, the very things that give the Hercules its versatility also introduce some compromises. Because everything is built into one footprint, the range of motion on certain exercises can feel a bit cramped compared to a dedicated squat rack or a separate leg press machine. The bench, for example, slides on the same rail as the Smith bar, so you can't set it as low as you might on a standalone flat bench, which can affect your form on dumbbell flies or decline presses. Additionally, while the weight stacks are solid, the maximum load on the Smith bar is still limited by the bar's own capacity. Powerlifters who habitually squat 400 pounds will quickly outgrow the system. The machine also leans on the floor for stability, so if you have carpet or uneven flooring, you'll need a rubber mat, which adds another cost. Who should consider buying the Hercules 1001? If you're a serious home gym enthusiast who wants to cover the major lift squat, bench, overhead press, deadlift variations, plus a suite of isolation moves without crowding the garage, this is a solid choice. It works well for personal trainers who need a single piece of equipment that can accommodate a variety of clients, and for small commercial spaces like boutique fitness studios where floor space is premium. The built-in safety mechanisms make it attractive for solo workouts, especially if you're not comfortable spotters. Families with multiple fitness levels also benefit from the ability to switch stations quickly, keeping everyone engaged without waiting for a machine to clear. Who might want to pass? If you're training for competitive powerlifting or Olympic weightlifting, you'll likely need a dedicated squat rack, a free weight platform, and heavier barbells than this system comfortably supports. Athletes who prioritize maximal loading on leg presses or need ultra-low bench angles for specialized rehab work may find the built-in adjustments limiting. Likewise, if you have a sprawling home gym already filled with separate machines, adding a massive all-in-one unit could feel redundant and costly. Lastly, if you're on a tight budget, the upfront price of the Hercules, while justified by its commercial build, might be more than you're willing to invest when cheaper, single-purpose machines can be bought piecemeal. Bottom line, the MiM USA Hercules 1001 delivers on its promise of being an honest stop shop for full body training. But